Hi there. Part of what I'm going to do, this is what part of the first step is I'm going to refinish these. I'm going to refinish these cabinets here. This is a drawer. First thing we're going to have to do is get all the bullshit out of the way, and then we've got some minor repairs to do. We've got some chipping going on at this part. I'm sure it's due to the humidity that has been in here from all the showers that have been taken over the years. As you can see, the paint's finally starting to give. So we'll be fixing that, and I'm adding a little bit of wood filler to get that to balance out with the rest of these. And we'll sand out the surface. This is a high gloss finish, so we'll have to sand out the surface a little bit in order to get the paint to bond. But that shouldn't be an issue. We'll get these cabinets painted. Hopefully you'll get to see a part of that process. We'll get the rest of this. We'll get these started and show you part two. Part two of this process is I'm going to be painting these cabinets and the doors, which are around here, to match the cabinets that are in the bathroom. We'll see how it'll be, how good a job we can do. But the cabinet doors in the bathroom are faceted, but these cabinets are flat panel. I'm not going to bother trying to match the scrolling on the doors to match any other part. But also we'll be stacking these, so there's going to be some innovation going on. We'll be stacking these and plus putting probably MDF panels on either side to hide the screws that we'll be fastening these together with. And then we'll also be painting all those to match the cabinets in the other room. Thirdly, we're going to be painting this big trophy cabinet. As you can see, I've already started to take the adhesive remover to get any gunk off of the surface of the wood. I'll be sanding it a bit, putting several layers of primer, and then also several layers of paint on these. These cabinets are going to go in the main living room. This is just going to be for stuff, you know, things and stuff. We'll be painting the inside of it blue, and the exterior of it will be yellow or gold. We'll also be painting these shelves and the doors here that you can see. I believe we'll be painting the doors blue, and the shelves will be painting gold to match the outside of the cabinet. And we'll document the progress. Experience has taught me that when you're painting a set of cabinets, if you have any inconsistencies such as knots or roughness in the wood, it's best to fill and sand those parts out before you start putting any paint on. You get a much more consistent result when you do just this little bit of prep work. Okay, I've come in and I've caulked in all the corners and gotten all this. This is all suspect to taste, whatever your personal preferences are, as far as, you know. Some people will leave the gaps in between where all the pieces of wood are joined. I personally think it looks better if you caulk in all the corners and try to get a more unified, singular looking piece. I've sanded down the parts where I filled in the knots and the inconsistencies in the surface of the wood, and then these two pieces are going to be stacked. So I've created little pilot holes for the screws to go in. I'm going to have a little backer behind here, and then I'll be using screws to join the two pieces. And then like I said earlier, over there I've got the two side pieces that are going to go basically right behind here, just to make it look more uniform. Here we've done the same thing. I've gone in and caulked in all the little corners, and I got a little light sanding to do, and then we'll be ready to start priming these. Hi there. So yeah, I've taken a few minutes and I've got my spacers. And they're gonna go here. Okay. They're gonna allow me to fasten this unit to that unit over there, and these pieces right here that I'm looking at are going to be going across the stacked units here. It's about 60 inches from top to bottom after they've been stacked and fastened. And as you can see, I've taken my time. This is the thing that most people don't understand from programs like HGTV and Home Pros or whatever you want to call them. What we have here is probably 3 days of work. Even with the so-called fast dry stuff, it takes time. You have to put on a layer and then wait for the layer to dry. Even with a fast dry, you're looking at 2 to 4 hours. And these units here currently have 4 or 5 coats on them, and after every coat you do a light sanding. And take your time. If you don't take your time, if you have no sense of patience, then don't get into this line of work. As you can see, I just put another coat on this unit, and this is a stain blocking primer because these things are ancient, actually this one thing is ancient. And it came from a school, so it had all kinds of kid grime and cups and stuff and this and that, and just general grime that comes as a cost of living. So I'm taking my time. This currently has 3 coats on it. It's probably going to take 2 or 3 more to get it where I need it to be. Here's the other cabinet. Once these are done, I'm going to stack this one on that one, and I'll have it assembled, and then I'll use these 2 slat pieces to go up the sides here to make it look harmonious and consistent. And currently we're just waiting for things to dry. That's what it takes to paint. You have to have patience. You have to be able to wait for something to dry before you can continue. And HGTV ain't going to teach you that. As an aside, you can see here, I've got a bunch of the stuff that I don't want paint getting all over has to be covered. The stuff that's on those shelves right there. That's all stuff anyway. It's useless or useful depending on the day, or it's already covered with something. But anything that you don't want to get overspray dust on, that's a little messed up there. But anything you don't want to get overspray dust on, you have to cover. You have to cover. Look right here. Here's a perfect example. Okay, this is a diaper pail. And because it's so close to my work environment, it's just getting covered with paint dust. And same with the rest of this stuff. It's just, it's a light overspray. It's not really any different than age. Look, this is an antique set of poker chips. They had dust on them before I got started on this little project, but you can see that I've accumulated nothing but more dust. And that's the price you pay to do this job. That's just all there is to it. Anyway, I'll pick it up later. Okay, so here we are. We've got probably 6 coats of primer on the exterior of this. I've got another 3 or 4 coats of primer on the interior of it. I'm going to put another couple coats of a deeper base primer on the inside, because the inside's going to have a blue coat and the outside's going to be a yellow coat. So we'll get that. I'm also finally getting around to painting the shelves. Once these shelves are done, then I still have to paint the doors for these cabinets here. They're done. They're done primed. They're ready for paint at this point. I might put a light sanding on them, and then go on with our paint coat. These are also finished. We just got these painted up with the primer. They're ready to go. Again, probably another light sanding before I get them, and then I still have to do these doors. I haven't even got started on these. Those are going to take some time, so I want to get the rest of this stuff done before I focus on those. Okay, as you can see here, I've got my doors primed up. Cabinets are primed. They're turned the other way so that I don't mess them up before I get them painted. My shelves are primed. My side panels are primed. My cabinet is primed. I've got a second deeper shade on the inside because the inside is going to be darker than the outside. And then I've got these doors ready to go. They're primed, but they're drying. It'll take some time. Okay, we're working on, 6 days now. I've got all of this painted. That's a drawer. Those are doors. Those are other doors. Those are cabinets. This is the faces for this. It's going to be done. That is being hidden until I'm ready to paint it. We're getting set up here to paint the shelves for the big cabinet. We're going to try to paint the outside and the shelves for the big cabinet today. We're getting to the point where we're almost most of the way done. I think we're pretty much most of the way done. We're going to paint this outside part a yellow color, and we're going to paint the inside part. You can see this. I've primed this a deeper shade because it's going to be a blue color. Same with the doors. The doors we're going to paint blue, so I've used a darker tint of primer so that hopefully I won't need as many coats. We'll see. I don't know. Everything is taking more coats than I initially estimated. At least 3 to 4 coats. Everything, absolutely everything. But you'll see that with the more coats, you get a really nice semi-gloss finish. I think it looks really nice. So anyway, we'll see. So I've filled in all the little. Filled in all the little cracks and done a lot of sanding in here. Trying to do a better job than what was done last time. We'll see. And as you can see here, we're putting the blue on the inside of here. It's looking pretty good. We had everything masked off, all the yellow parts. My shelves are done. My doors are done. My drawers are done. My cabinets are done. I just need, last thing I need to do is flip these doors over and paint the other sides. And then I've also got to do a little bit of touch up. I got a little bit of a drip here. So we're going to take care of that drip. I've already sanded it down. We're going to put one last coat over the whole thing to make it a little more resilient. But I believe we're pretty much done at this point. We're in the last leg of the final stretch. But these doors are turning out very nice. I can't wait to get the masking off the windows and see how well these came out. Anyway, I might do one more shot before we see all the cabinets finally assembled. In between drying times, I've had time to paint these cabinets. They're done. They're ready to go. All I have to do is convince the owner to move their stuff out of the way so we can get those cabinets up there. And we're going to change the light fixtures because I think that's going to be in the way of the cabinets that are going to be sitting there in the middle there. But we shall see. Present? Yeah. Okay. So this is the last step. I've assembled everything, put it all back together. I use these little clear stoppers because I just think they look better. Some people use felt, some people use, some people use nothing, which I think is a detriment. I'm going to set these in if it'll even come off. It's awesome. You can get these at any hardware store. Doesn't matter. You can just take your pick. If you're branded, great. If you're not, you're not. I just stick them in the corners. This is a very important part as far as you. This is a very important part as far as finishing out, doing any kind of cabinet work. These are the things they don't tell you in school, or I put them in the drawers too. Stick them in the corner.
Get it to focus.
No, it's not going to focus.
Okay.
Well, it will. I mean, you just got to
That's what
lightly
I did.
tap on it.
Okay.
See that?
Okay.
Okay, so anyway, picking up from where we were, just stick these in the corners. Man, boy, that's rough. And that's that. That's how cabinets are really done. I can't tell you, man, how many times I've come into the end of a job and have people tell me, "Oh, I paint the cabinets. I don't do any of that finishing crap." Whatever.
Do that closing again. That sounds nice when you have those little things on there.
Anyway, these panels, after you've painted them, it doesn't matter if it's oil-based paint or if it's acrylic paint. If it always requires 2 to 4 weeks of curing time, and when you've got cabinets that haven't cured and they close without any of these little stoppers on them, then what happens is they stick together and they cause all kinds of nice little touch-up things that you have to come back and do weeks down the road. And some people have integrity and they'll come back and do those touch-ups even though they've made that mistake. And then other people without integrity, you'd be good luck getting those people to come and fix your shit. Okay, so here's the finished product. Got the sides, it's bolted in and anchored in. You can see the bolts back here. There's one on this other side here. It opens up pretty good. Got the shelves in, got the blue shelf in the middle. And that's what it looks like.
What do you want to do for lunch? Because.
And this is the finished cabinet. It looks pretty good. Right there. These have all been painted up. Everything matches really good. Close this. And then, except for the reflections and the poor light quality, the thing is in a tip-top condition. I think it looks really nice. Anyway, client's happy. I'm happy. It's time to wrap it up. And here's the oils locker. It's all filled up. All looking good. The door's open. Oops. Close that pretty easy. There you go.